Hi, everyone. Welcome to this timeless collective reading. If the message resonates or you find it helpful, then it's for you. Today, I'm going to be using my blind spot spread that I crafted specifically to help uncover and process your blind spots. So, if I like the way that this feels and the way that it flows, then maybe this blind spot reading will become kind of like a permanent fixture on my channel. We'll see. All right, before we dive right into it, I just want to light some Palo Santo really quick. I just invite you to take a few deep breaths, get nice and grounded and centered, and come into your physical body. Okay. All right, let's dive right into it, shall we? You'll probably see the smoke billowing for a few more minutes. All right. So, what is being suppressed or avoided within the collective that is ready to come to light? What is being avoided or suppressed within the collective that is ready to come to light? Eight of Swords. You are keeping yourself stuck. You're keeping yourself stuck because it's serving you in some way. I think that's really the essence of this blind spot. You may realize on some level that you're keeping yourself stuck, but what you don't fully realize is you're doing it because it benefits you, and you're not fully owning the ways that it's benefiting you. Okay? The Eight of Swords is called the self-victimhood card in tarot circles. The swords are all about your thoughts, your beliefs, your perception, the realm of the mind. So she is keeping herself all bound up with her own thoughts. She's doing it to herself. Why? So my question to you would be, how are you benefiting by keeping yourself stuck? How are you benefiting by staying in a victim embodiment, right? Now, that's not to say that you have not been victimized at some point in your life. Of course, we all have, and that's completely valid. That happened, right? That's not what this is talking about. This is talking about how you are keeping yourself in a state of victimhood, in a state of suffering and stuckness through your thoughts. Both can be true, that you were victimized at some point by somebody else or an external circumstance, and you're keeping yourself stuck. Both can be true, okay? Let's see if anything else wants to come through here. It's almost like there's actually a lot of awareness here that I'm picking up in you. You're very, very aware of what you're doing to yourself with your own thoughts. There's almost like a stillness, and even I would say like a sense of peace that comes with you holding yourself back. And in that stillness, you can perceive what you're holding yourself back from. But there's just like, there's this next step that you're not fully entering into, and that is owning how you're benefiting, making it conscious how you're benefiting from staying exactly where you are? Let's get a little bit more clarification here. Clarify the Eight of Swords, clarify the Eight of Swords. I want to know what you are holding yourself back from. What are you holding yourself back from? What do you perceive that you are holding yourself back from? I'm using Tarot of the Abyss, by the way, if anybody's interested. What are you holding yourself back from? Four of Cups. Oh, the Devil. Six of Swords. Okay, so this is what I'm picking up. This is what I'm getting intuitively. It's like your power comes through in the ways that you can say no. No is a very powerful word. No is an expression of self-love. It's an expression of boundaries. What you say no to defines you just as much as what you say yes to. You're probably a people pleaser. I mean, it takes one to know one. So, yeah, your power is all wrapped up and suppressed because you're afraid to say no to something. You're afraid to say no to something or someone. This could be an opportunity or a relationship. So you're holding yourself back. It's almost like you're choking down your own power because you're afraid to say no to something. And you're afraid to say no to something because it's going to cause some kind of really big shift or change. With the Six of Swords, we've got a lot of movement here. If you say no to this person, place, opportunity, whatever it is for you, it's going to result in some major changes, like a fundamental shift in the way that you engage with life. It may even result in you literally moving geographically in some way or traveling. But to me, the Six of Swords is just representing like the freedom, the freedom that comes with change. And it's a big change, right? Okay. Okay. So you're afraid to say no. You're a people pleaser. Okay, where do I want to go from here? What are you afraid will happen if you say no? And this could be you saying no to something very specific that has come up, in life. Or this could just be in general. You struggle to say no in general. So either way, thank you. Why are you afraid to say no? What are you afraid will happen if you say no? The Emperor. The Emperor. This feels like punishment. It could be when you were in childhood, you had a very strict authority figure who you were trying to please all the time. And this strict, more masculine authority figure kind of scared you. And so you became a people pleaser because of them. So it's almost like I wouldn't be surprised if you're people pleasing today as an adult. I assume you're an adult. I don't know what child would click on this video, but no matter what age you are, right? It feels like you're afraid that you're going to be punished if you say no. Even though that may not be true, you're afraid of punishment, judgment, harsh repercussions. Somebody's going to be angry with you. Clarify the Emperor. Queen of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles. Mm. It just feels almost like you have been conditioned into being like a slave. Like you've been conditioned into being a robot. And your whole purpose, the only way that you can be a good person is if you just accommodate as much as physically possible. Like get rid of no. No, the word no does not exist in your vocabulary. If you say no, no thank you, don't want you, don't like that, don't want this, then you're bad, you know? It's like, oh man, your whole heart center is, it's, it's, it's blocked, it's shut off, it is shut down, it's in a state of like self-preservation. There's some part of you that doesn't understand that saying no to someone or something else can actually be a form of saying yes to yourself. And just because you're saying no to someone or something outside of you doesn't mean it has to be said with the energy or intention of I hate you, get away from me, I don't like you. It's just no, no thanks. No. That's it, right? Okay. I feel like this is just really deep rooted stuff. I mean, if you're a people pleaser, you don't become a people pleaser overnight. This is, traced back to childhood. Okay. What do you need to say no to? I'm just curious. Because I can tell that for some of you, this is like a chronic thing. You just struggle to say no like all the time. But for some of you, I can feel in my stomach and like in my diaphragm that there's, for some of you, something very specific that you need to say no to. Okay, what do you need to say no to? Ooh, Queen of Cups. Page of Cups. Knight of Swords. Oh. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to channel right through the Queen of Cups. Okay. You're afraid of causing waves. You're afraid of causing waves. Like I said, making somebody upset, making somebody angry. I'm hearing you need to say no to going along with other people's stories. It's like you just enmesh with other people's agendas, right? The Queen of Cups, in her more shadow expression, is very manipulative, like extremely, probably the most manipulative of any card, you know. This is manipulation. This is the ability to almost like take a people pleaser and like bend them to their will in a way that they don't even realize they're being used, they're being manipulated. So yeah, you need to say no to going along with other people's stories, other people's agendas, other people's waves and expressions. Hmm. You're getting sucked in. You're just getting sucked in to the ocean that is another person, right? And this can happen so fast. I mean, when you are a professional people pleaser, which again takes one to know one, I have suffered from this. Thankfully, not so much anymore, less now. But um, when you people please, it's just so innate. It is so intrinsic and it happens so fast. You don't even realize what you're doing, but it's like you automatically just enmesh with the other person. And it's like you lose yourself. Yeah, you just lose yourself. And I almost feel like somebody, or maybe people in general, but someone wants to use your energy for their own purposes. They literally want to use you. And the ultimate truth is that they can't unless you let them. Okay. All right. We're already at 18 minutes basically. Let's wrap it up with some advice. What do you need to know or do in order to move out of this Eight of Swords? Yeah. What do you need to know or do in order to move through this Eight of Swords? Eight of Pentacles. You need to um, be so busy doing what you love that you literally don't have time for other people. That sounds maybe a little bit bad. I don't mean it in a bad way. I don't mean you don't have time for the people who matter, right? Of course, you're going to make time for the people who matter. I don't mean it that way. But it's almost just like, the Eight of Pentacles is about the love of work and isolating yourself to a certain extent so that you can devote all of your energy and your focus towards what you love, not what somebody else loves, what you love. So commit on a deep, deep, powerful level to doing, physically, literally, actively doing what you love every day. Because if you have that sort of pulling at you, it's less likely that you'll be pulled by somebody else's agenda. It'll be much easier for you to say no to someone else because you have something very specific that you actually want to say yes to, you know. I'm just hearing like stay busy with your own stuff. Five of Pentacles. Ooh. More pentacles. Lots of earth energy here. Being a people pleaser is it means that you're basically chronically anxious, right? There's chronic anxiety here. So with all of this pentacles energy, to me, that says you've got to get grounded. You've got to get grounded in your physical body. Regulate your nervous system. Whatever, however you can do that, going out in nature, doing vagus nerve exercises, doing breath work or yoga. Get grounded in your physical body, right? And the Five of Pentacles is speaking to like almost like a scarcity mindset. Maybe some part of you believes that if you say no, if you make a practice of saying no, then you're going to be alone. You're going to be unsupported and isolated, unloved, right? Not taken care of. You have to start to prove to yourself that that's not true. There has to be at least one person in your life who you can start practicing saying no to or with. You know, just little by little by little, start to prove to yourself that you can say no and people will still love you just the same. Who in your life loves you no matter what, whether you say yes or no to something? There's someone, right? Start to focus on those people who are there for you no matter what the truth of you is. Okay, let's pull one more here. Ooh, Two of Cups. I love the Two of Cups. Yeah. Just have unwavering compassion for yourself and this part of you that is a people pleaser. You're not going to hate yourself into changing. You're going to love yourself into changing. That's the only way. Integration is the only way. Yeah, I love that how they're entwined, because it just speaks to the fact that the only way forward is integration. So it's not about, oh, thank you. I'm so glad that this came to me. It's not about rejecting your people pleaser or hating your people pleaser or getting rid of your people pleaser. No, it's about loving the people pleaser in you as much as you possibly can, coming to understand its motivations, its wants, its needs as completely as possible, right? I mean, at the end of the day, the ultimate truth of your people pleaser is that it just wants to be loved. It just wants to be loved for the truth of who it is, right? But it's so how can you move forward holding both truths? I do care what other people think. I do care about connection. I do care about being surrounded by people who love me. Yes. And I also care about my personal truth. It's both. It's both, right? Let me see if there's anything else. If you work with plant medicine at all, I'm hearing hawthorn. I'm not an herbalist, but one of my best friends is an herbalist. And so through her, I've been, conditioned into always thinking about plants and herbs. So hawthorn, granite. I'm hearing pink rose specifically. And then lapis lazuli for a crystal. I think that's a crystal. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I would love to hear from you, and I will see you in the next reading.